Matrimony or wedlock, commonly known as marriage, is a cultural recognized union between two persons, a man and a woman. Marriage confers on spouses certain rights and obligations that define their social status in society, given the social importance and privilege conferred on couples. The female partner is believed to be a choice gift from God and as such expected to be holier than thou, especially remaining in a state of chastity before going into marriage. However, in recent time, there have been cases of where some women get pregnant at the point of marriage or even give birth before getting married. This trend appears to be raising questions as to whether it is right or wrong for a woman to become pregnant before going to marriage. Clevy TV crew, led by Ridwan Ogbara, went to town to seek the views of residents in Nigeria's federal capital city, Abuja, on the merits or otherwise of pregnancy before marriage. And what were his findings? Let's find out in this report.
Marriage is a state of being that unites spouses in a consensual and contractual relationship recognized by law. In other words, marriage, whether traditional, religious, or court, is a union between a man and a woman witnessed by the state or its apparatus. Most marriage ceremonies are either low-key or elaborate and often termed society wedding. Whatever terminology that is used to describe the celebration of marriage, the essence is to bear children, but sometimes the children may delay in coming. This unexpected delay in bearing a child or children perhaps may have given a rise to the school of thought that believes in pregnancy before marriage.
Yes, a woman getting pregnant before marriage is still an advantage to any man who is going to marry such a woman. It's an advantage because sometimes we men or the present society will be like, let her marry first before getting pregnant. But some still end up not pregnant after marriage, and it becomes a problem to the family. So I think, to my own opinion, a woman getting pregnant before marriage shouldn't be a barrier, and it's not a barrier.
Marriage go beyond pregnancy. You understand? If it's about pregnancy, you can pick a girl on the street and pregnant her and have a child, and the woman goes away. It's not a contract. You understand? Marriage is beyond pregnancy. Some people who say that having a pregnancy before getting married or being wedded is wrong. It's like you're putting God into test.
You have to get married properly before you get pregnant, because it's not good. Even in the Bible, you have to get married before you get pregnant. Like if you like a girl, you have to go and do the right thing before you get her pregnant.
But what is the Christian position on marriage?
I believe that it is proper, it is godly for a woman to get married first before expecting God to put blessing of pregnancy in the journey. So I disagree with having pregnancy before marriage. According to the word of God, which is our guideline, we're taught to make marriage honorable, and the bed should be undivided. In the book of Hebrew 13:4, chapter 13, verse 4, it says, let the marriage be honorable and the bed undivided. Sometimes somebody may even get pregnant, at the end of the day lose the pregnancy, and at the end of the day you are looking for another one, it's not coming forth. So if you say you use your sense to adopt that system, get pregnant before you go into it, the child can die, anything can happen, the pregnancy can be miscarriage.
Getting pregnant before marriage is not in God's culture or tradition, because from the beginning God says, whosoever find a wife find a good thing and obtain favor in God. So through the marriage, God can bless you with child. Child is addition to the marriage. Getting pregnant before the marriage is not in a culture of God.
Some marriages without fruit of the womb have led to heart attacks and distraughts among couples, sometimes leading to a divorce or a situation where couples begin to endure instead of enjoying their marriage just because pregnancy is not forthcoming. So, what is the way out?
Ordinarily, as a parent, I wouldn't be happy to see that somebody come and take advantages of my daughter and sleep with her and said until you get pregnant before I accept you for a wife. That is just a second thought. It's like you just take, either you just consider the woman because of the child. So in such a marriage, the man will love the child more than the woman, because he's going into that marriage because of what he wants. He's not going to the marriage because of the reason why God say man and woman should come together. Child should not be the priority.
I will share a story with you. There's a case where we are handling in our church. What happened? The man asked the lady that he must conceive before the wedding, which the woman did. And around the line, the day of the wedding, when the man was dancing, rejoicing for this after the wedding, the church and the reception, and the woman got miscarried. For so many years, they're still looking for that baby, which are not forthcoming. The marriage are talking to you now is in crisis.
There are so many girls that committed abortion before getting married. Today, they cannot get pregnant. So they will be like, I wish I lived that pregnancy. I wish I lived that pregnancy before I married. By now, I would have gotten a baby, a child. So I still appreciate those who put to bed before marriage.
Should marriage be a guesswork entered into by the man and the woman only to be lucky or unlucky when it comes to childbearing? Or should Africans and indeed Nigerians consider adoption an option when confronted with childlessness or barrenness? The answers are varied. Ridwan Ogbara, reporting for Clearview Television.